checking in on the plants. Want to harvest a little bit of kale here. Let's see if you could focus through. Our kale is doing great. Let's see if I can get under this net. Lots of beautiful kale growing. I'm just gonna grab a couple of these larger pieces for our eggs this morning. So the next one we're checking is our long bed here. I'm just gonna open up the front. I'm leaving the front open the next 2 nights here, I think, as long as the weather doesn't change. So I leave the bug netting down and I re-clamp this down, and that'll allow more airflow so it doesn't get so hot as we're warming up during the days. So our carrots in this bed are getting huge. So the greens are anyway. I'm about to pull one and see what we've got going. We've got some beets back there that are growing good, but we're gonna go ahead and check out a carrot or two. Oh, we got a couple of little ones. They're still growing. So I'm gonna leave those be for longer. So I'm not sure what did this. It almost looks like it was eaten or burned. I think I know what did this. I've got another spot right there and another spot right here. So I'm gonna check my other one, but they did a burn pile down there. So I'm probably gonna have to recover this before the next one because it looks like ash popped up, and that will damage the plants in here. So I'm gonna deal with that. So it looks like this one over here has the same thing, unfortunately. I only see one right this second, but we're gonna go ahead and uncover this one. So this bed has our cabbages and Brussels sprouts and calendula in it, and it seems to be doing okay. The peppers are officially gone. They need to come out. Okay, so it's been a couple days since that last portion of the video. And I've kind of decided what I'm going to do. I'm coming out here to close back up. We've had some rain, which once these fabrics are soaked through like 70%, then the rain will go through and water what's underneath. But I wanted to check and see how moist the soil actually was, and it's doing pretty good. So I'm gonna leave it be. We're supposed to have some more rain on the radar in the next couple of days, so I think we'll be good. I'm gonna cover back up the frost fabric though, get that sealed back up, because we're getting back down to 33 tonight, and then like in the 20s after that. We'll be flirting with the 40s at night, then 30s, then 20s, back and forth probably for a while. But I wanted to talk about my plan for the whole. So it is burnt. And that is a pretty normal spot where they do one of the burn fire piles. They do one on the side of the yard over here, and they do one down here. And so I'm not going to replace the frost fabric while we are here. I'm going to go ahead and just let it be. And it still withheld the 20-something degree temperature. Like nothing froze in there. Granted, it's cold weather crops. But I'm not gonna invest more money in at this point when there's still an opportunity that may happen. And the winter time is the time for burning around here. So yeah, that's my goal right now. I'll see. I'm going to be judging how things are doing. I'll check as we get lower. I'm hoping to have, I want the kale, which the kale didn't get damaged at all. That netting did not get damaged at all. And the cabbage and Brussels sprouts only had like one hole, I think. It's this long one that had the most. Now this has broccoli and collards and Swiss chard and carrots and turnips and beets and all of those things. So if I'm going to start harvesting some of this stuff over the next few weeks, and if we start to get really low and things aren't doing good, I'm just going to harvest. Like, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on. And I may harvest stuff young or just experiment and let it see after I harvest some. Let it see how it does. But that's kind of my goal right now. This is a learning year anyway. I'm grateful for the space and to be able to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and not replace it. Just let it do its thing. And then get new ones wherever we end up. Hopefully we end up, I don't know where we're ending up at this point, but hopefully we end up at least with a house with a yard where we can garden, if not a large piece of property. So we'll see. We have a lot of decisions to make over the next few months as far as that is concerned. So I'm not going to make any rash decisions on this because this isn't a long-term thing. So I'm not going to keep investing more money into it. Now, when we move, I've talked about this before. We are taking the PVC pipes, the rebar, the netting, the frost cover, that stuff that we did to make these. So that investment is coming with us, but I'm not going to invest more into the frost cover. And I did not check to see how the net did underneath it. So we'll see how that is come spring. But that's the plan for now. I'm going to get everything recovered up. Get it tucked back in for the cold nights and let it keep getting heat in the daytime. I think because I'm leaving the covers on when it's 40s, 50s out, it's still doing okay. Like, things are still growing. Actually, things are growing really well, even with less sunlight. Now, granted, it's partially what I have planted because it's meant to be grown in the cooler weather and so forth. But like today, we were just very overcast. There's not a whole lot going on for sunshine, direct sunshine. So things do grow slower over winter. Coming up here in a couple of weeks, we'll have our day with the shortest amount of light, and then come January, we'll start to get more and more light. So things will start to grow even faster. It's just, as long as it doesn't die, it's just prepping it and letting it go. That kale was delicious that I picked. I put it in my eggs, and it was super good. So that was a very nice addition. I even added the carrots, the little tiny carrots I pulled. I added those into the eggs as well. So that was really nice. But I'm going to get this covered because I've got to get out to work. I get home tonight about 9 o'clock. And so it'll be much too dark and much too cold to be out here trying to cover this. So I'm going to set the camera up. You can watch closing it back up. And we'll see you back here on the next video. So we're all tucked in for the cold nights again, and I am off to get ready for work. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.